The Straw Hat Pirates have officially set sail on their new ship, the Going Merry. Luffy and Usopp test out the ship's cannon by firing at a distant rock. Things take a surprising turn when the cannonball accidentally strikes two bounty hunters resting on that rock. As one of them attacks the ship, Zoro steps in to reveal that these are his old friends, Johnny and Yosaku. After some apologies and healing Yosaku's scurvy, the Straw Hats realize they'll need a cook to sustain their journey to the Grand Line. Johnny and Yosaku guide them to a floating restaurant in the middle of the ocean, the Baratie. Upon arriving, trouble quickly follows in the form of Marine Lieutenant Fullbody, leading to a scuffle where Luffy accidentally fires a cannonball straight through the restaurant's roof. As Luffy works to repay the debt to the restaurant's owner, Zeff, tensions rise further when Fullbody insults the food. That's when we meet the headstrong assistant chef Sanji, who nearly takes Fullbody's life over his disrespect. Meanwhile, a starving pirate named Gin, from the infamous Don Krieg's armada, is thrown out of the restaurant after begging for food. Despite the crew's refusal, Sanji secretly serves him a meal, saving Gin from starvation. Grateful, Gin leaves the restaurant, but not without mentioning it to Don Krieg. Don Krieg soon arrives at the Baratie with a plot to seize the floating restaurant as his fleet's last hope for survival. Once fed, Krieg reveals his true intentions, attacking the cooks and claiming the Baratie as his new flagship. Zeff warns his cooks to brace for the inevitable battle. They soon discover that Nami has double-crossed them, taking their ship and treasure. Before they can react, a massive ship is sliced clean in half, marking the arrival of the world's greatest swordsman, Dracule Mihawk. Zoro, fueled by his ambition to become the world's strongest swordsman, challenges Mihawk in an epic duel. Mihawk, amused by Zoro's boldness, initially unsheathed only a tiny knife from his cross pendant. Zoro attacked with everything he had, using his onigiri, which was blocked by Mihawk's small knife, showing the clear difference in their skill levels. Zoro sheathed his third sword and opted for a final decisive attack using only two swords, pouring all of his strength into his next strike. This prompted Mihawk to draw his true weapon, the giant black blade Yoru, one of the 12 supreme grade swords. Zoro attempted his ultimate technique, Sanzen Sekai, a move meant to end the duel. However, Mihawk effortlessly overpowered Zoro. Mihawk is impressed by Zoro's courage and spares his life, encouraging him to grow stronger and challenge him again someday. With renewed resolve, Zoro vows never to lose again. Meanwhile, Mihawk departs, and Don Krieg's crew regroups to continue their assault on the Baratie. As the Baratie raises its protective battle fins, the Krieg pirates engage in a fierce clash with the restaurant's chefs. Despite their skill, the cooks struggle to fend off Krieg's forces until Sanji joins the fray. However, the tide of battle shifts once again with the arrival of Krieg's second mate, Iron Wall Pearl. Sanji initially gains the upper hand, but the battle takes a dangerous turn when Pearl nearly burns the ship down, forcing Gin to hold Zeff at gunpoint to stop Sanji from fighting back. Sanji's resolve wavers as he remembers his childhood on the passenger ship Orbit, where he was a young cook in training. During an attack led by Zeff's pirate crew, Sanji was thrown overboard. Zeff saved his life at great personal cost, sacrificing his leg to survive alongside Sanji on a desolate island. With only one dream keeping them alive, the legendary All Blue, Zeff and Sanji survived for 80 days before being rescued. Back in the present, Gin intervenes in Sanji's battle with Pearl, saving him from a fatal blow. Gin, however, insists on fighting Sanji himself, a duel that leaves both combatants battered. Yet, when it comes time to finish Sanji, Gin cannot bring himself to do it, enraging Don Krieg. Furious with Gin's failure, Krieg unleashes a deadly poison gas grenade, the MH5, nearly killing Gin and enraging Luffy. An intense battle follows between Luffy and Don Krieg on the wreckage of Krieg's ship. Krieg unleashes every weapon in his arsenal, but Luffy counters each one with his rubber abilities. Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Bazooka then shatters Krieg's armor and sends him crashing into the Baratie. In a desperate last move, Krieg entangles Luffy in an iron net, sending him into the ocean. Sanji, risking his life, dives in and rescues Luffy from drowning, while Gin and the remaining Krieg pirates depart in defeat. As the dust settles, Zeff and the other cooks try to push Sanji away, criticizing his cooking to persuade him to leave. Sanji overhears them confessing that his cooking is excellent, but the moment reminds him of his dream to find the All Blue. He finally agrees to join the Straw Hats on their journey. In a tearful farewell, the Baratie cooks bid Sanji goodbye as they leave to chase after Nami. That wraps up the Baratie Arc. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to stay updated with the next arc. Thanks for watching.